Well, good morning and happy December 1st. I thought I would pop in here for many reasons. One, I actually dried my hair, put makeup on today. I know my last video said makeup was overrated, but for some reason, this last week or so, I felt like I needed makeup. And I even added lipstick. Now, I'm going to ask you if anybody has a trick right now, has a trick that could tell me how to keep my lipstick from melting into my face. I use face oils, but I wipe it all off before I put my lipstick on. And, in an hour, it's going to be not in my chin, but you know what I mean. Anyhow, it is December 1st. It is the first day of Advent. I have a little stitchy Christmas, stitchy Advent box that I've been opening from Tiger Lily Designs. I opened up my day number 1, and let me go get it. I'm going to show you. Well, if you're a Tiger Lily person, don't look. But she makes these wonderful stitchy keepers with this. She loves pink. I'm not really a pink girl, but that's okay. I don't have to make it. And then inside, there's these wonderful vinyl pockets for it's a project keeper for all of my projects. And she has this great little tag with the details. So that's day number 1. So I'm really excited. In fact, I can pop in here every day and kind of tell you what's happening. I need your help. I am, besides the lipstick, I'm trying to figure out positively Jane and what you all want. I want to give you what you want, not what I think you need. So I talk about 4 main subjects. Choosing joy is the very first subject, and that's overarching over everything. I don't care what you do in your life. If you're not living a life of joy, you're not joyful, and life becomes a slog. So I encourage women to choose joy. I encourage women to follow Jesus. I encourage women to pay attention to your finances so that when you're older like me, you're not busted, because so many people are busted. And then I'm in the crafting world. I love all things crafts. I started Positively Jane out with really just a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of craft making, but they're just so time consuming for me. It takes hours and hours to edit, and I'd rather actually craft than actually do the YouTube videos and let other people do that. So if you could reply to this email, and I'm going to write an email. I'm going to give you the options. Joy is number 1. I probably should write these down so that I remember. Joy is 1. Jesus is 2. And I got a little notification from Google the other day that my number 1 downloads, number 1 search engine in Google is prayers for fear. So there were a lot of people here who are fearful, who have things going in their lives that they just don't know how to handle, and they just want to know how to pray. Number 3 is women in finance. And girls, ladies, people, I got to let you know, money's not a scary thing. Budget is not a 4-letter word. I can help you figure out your money so that you have money. Anyhow, and then the last thing is crafts. That's number 4. So I'm going to drop all that down in the email that you'll see. And there you go. And I'm also thinking maybe putting these little videos of mine on YouTube. I don't really know. Maybe I'll do that too. I'm not sure. So I'm just kind of rambling. But I need to let you know a couple of things. One is the first day of Advent, which was very exciting for me. And I set up a little Advent calendar for my granddaughter. And I'll go upstairs and take a picture of that. And I put little things inside. She only comes about once or twice a week, so she'll be real excited because she gets goodies every, 3 or 4 goodies when she comes. But there's a little disc inside the days that she comes that gives us something to do, like, watch an extra Christmas movie or drink some hot chocolate or go look at Christmas lights or whatever they are. And I got all those on Etsy, and I'm so excited. But I also need to let you know that since you and I talked, my husband's been in the hospital. He's been in the hospital since Tuesday of last week at 6 a.m. He went in, and they found out he has a small bowel obstruction. And he had it 3 years ago, and it kind of corrected itself. So they were kind of waiting. This time it did not correct itself. So Saturday night at about 8:30 p.m., he had surgery, big surgery, 8-inch incision, the whole 9 yards. The surgeon, he said it was an unsatisfying surgery because he couldn't find the actual reason for the obstruction because his small intestine was so encased in scar tissue. But regardless thereof, He fixed it all, loosened it all up, ran his hands down the small intestine, and all the blockages and everything are gone. It is now, what is it, Monday morning. He texted me last night at 6 o'clock, told me his pain was a 10. He had to take control of the management himself. I'm not really sure what that means. I haven't been able to sleep. I'm back and forth to the hospital. I go to bed at 5 p.m., wake up at midnight, then I'm up for 24 hours. Yesterday, I went to the hospital, came home, wanted to take a nap. I slept 20 minutes. I went to bed at 8 o'clock, couldn't sleep, woke up at 1 a.m., watching some crazy TV show on my computer. I mean, it's just crazy. So I called at 2 a.m. to talk to the nurse, and he was resting, and she was hoping that his pain was under control. And she had to explain to him how pain management went. He doesn't have one of those pumpy things where he can get it whenever he wants. He gets 4, I think it's milligrams of morphine, PRN, which is as needed, with no more than 3 hours. He can't have it at 2 hours. He has to wait at least 3 hours. But it's as needed, not necessarily scheduled, and that's whatever. So anyhow, I want you to pray for my husband, and just let you know that I totally get the prayers for fear. We're fearful that the surgery is not going to be successful. We're fearful that I'm fearful. Not really fearful. I'm not really fearful at all. Actually, my trust in Jesus. I trust that He's in God's hands. I trust that what's going to happen, it was part of God's plan. But I also don't want my husband to be in pain or uncomfortable. So I'm headed out in a little bit. That's why I even got my favorite Christmas present. Can I get close up? Can you see that? That a friend made years ago. Oh my gosh. And I have my jingle bell earrings on. That way I can hear myself coming and going. And I wear this. Well, now that my hair's long, I wear it every day because I can't deal with my hair. I don't know how you girls deal with hair in your face. It just makes me crazy. But anyhow, I'm rambling. I just want to let you know that December 1st, everything's great. I'm praying for my husband. Me too, because it's a lot for me. My daughter's taking care of my dog, which is a lot for her because he's a yappy dog and she's got a little baby and she's afraid he's going to wake the baby up. But I have to say this too, is that I committed to getting everything I needed done for Christmas by just November 30th. I wanted everything finished by December 1st. And it's finished. The only thing I have not done is addressed my Christmas cards, but they're all made. All my gifts are made. All my gifts are mailed. There's one gift that I haven't had to put binding on a quilt. That's the only thing that's left that I have to do, and I don't have the quilt, so I can't do it. And I can do that while I'm sitting at the hospital if I need to. So I wanted to enjoy my December. Now, enjoying my December is a little bit different than I thought it would be because my husband's going to come home. We have a lot of things scheduled that we have to unschedule and give away theater tickets and things like that. So trying to figure out the schedule. But it benefits me to make sure that I get way ahead of the game. So I'm not stressed out about Christmas because I have it all done. And I'm rambling. And, I watch a lot of Vlogmas and I watch a lot of videos. And I'm just, yeah. So I'm going to stop I'm going to do one more thing here. Because I want to show you. Do you see me? I'm in my craft room. How's that? I want to show you what I'm working on. I don't know if you can see it, but I've been really into cross stitch lately, and it's going to be this. So I'm not too far into it, but enough that it's satisfactory. It's very relaxing to me. I think I've watched 30 Hallmark Christmas movies so far. I also want to show you, I took a card making class with Jennifer McGuire called Oh Very Merry, So Very Merry. I don't really know. Online card classes. These are all the cards I made in a week, about 80. I'm so excited. There's some really fun ones. This little, can you see it? Pop-up snowman. When you open up the card, the snowman pops up. And then there's some really fun ones. Look at this one. And you open it, and it's like a folding card. And then I found a whole bunch of cards that I made last year. And there's a whole nother container of those. And then I got one more thing to show you because I think it's really fun. My little granddaughter, Eleanor, loves to craft with her grandma, and she's been at home with her other grandma, and she wakes up every day going, "What craft are we doing today?" So we're always looking for crafts, and I try to tell her to follow the directions. So she made these little guys, and you can see the feet are way up here. Snowman, and then she's got a couple of other. What has she got here? She's got a reindeer and a gingerbread man, and then she made these little guys. Let's see, which ones did she do? I bought this little kit, and she cut them. She loves scissors. Oh my gosh, the girl, like, she cuts. She had some gold pipe cleaners here, like this, and she sat there and cut all the hairs off. Of course, Grandma has to clean up all the little hairs, but she cuts it. I use these glue dots, and she loves glue dots, so she's learned how to use glue dots, and so she uses those. And if she really needs something to stick, she has some glue with a fine tip bottle, because kids, they squeeze the glue and then a gallon comes out. So I have a fine tip bottle, so she can't get a whole bunch out. She made this little guy, and then her grandma sat next to her. Oh, look at, I still got a clip on there. This little guy. Anyway, that is what's happening in my world. I hope your world is great. I hope you're having your Thanksgiving is wonderful. Okay, so that's another thing. We go away every year for Thanksgiving to our favorite place in the North Carolina mountains called the Swag. And it's really hard to get into. So this is our third year, and we just book it year after year. Well, we got Sick Tuesday. We're supposed to go to Swag Wednesday, so we didn't get to go. And they are just so wonderful that normally you lose your deposit. They transferred our deposit to next year because we've been going there for over 20 years, and made sure that we're booked for next year so we don't lose our spot, because it's really hard to get in on Thanksgiving. I'm rambling. I love rambling. So maybe I should just do a little YouTube vlogmas of what's happening in my life every day. And I don't really know. I don't think you want to watch me make chili or cookies. But anyhow, happy December 1st. I plan on getting to the hospital in just a sec. And I'm going to upload this and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. And how do I stop the video? There we go. It's way over there. I'm going to get way over there.